Good morning, everybody. I'm Dani. Welcome to Shape Your Buddha. So this morning, you shouldn't need anything. If you do have sensitive knees, I would recommend either for a few of these ones, folding your mat just over an edge, or making sure that you have a blanket or something just to place underneath your knees. We're gonna be on our knees a little bit today. So other than that, just take a moment now and find a nice, comfortable position. If you can, find it laying down. But if that's not good for you this morning, sitting up is okay too. Once you've found that comfortable position, just take a nice big deep breath in and a long letting go exhalation. Allowing the eyes to gently close. Becoming aware of your breath this morning. Not judging, just noticing where it's resting in the body. Bringing your awareness to how you're feeling this morning. Just begin to let that sensation go. To return to focusing on the breath. As you inhale, feeling the belly begin to move away from the spine. And as you exhale, allow the belly to softly fall towards the spine. Continuing to slow and deepen your breath with every inhalation and every exhalation. Finding your way back to the breath. Your thoughts have wandered away from it. And really nice and slowly taking a full deep breath in. Pausing when you feel that you've reached that point where you can't take any more air in. Inhale one more time, keeping the neck and shoulders relaxed. And then as slowly as you can, begin to exhale. A nice, steady breath out. Pausing when you get to the bottom of that breath or have no air left. And then exhale again. Pause. Exhale one more time, really getting rid of all that old stale air, all that old stale energy. And then inhaling, allowing the breath to relax. And return to what feels comfortable and natural for you today. Just slowly blinking the eyes, open and closed a few times. Maybe it's gently turning the head from side to side, wiggling the fingers and the toes. And if you are sitting up, just invite you to come onto your back now. If you are on your back already, just stretch the legs out, stretch the arms if it's comfortable all the way up above the head. Stretch them up and then take a nice big deep breath in and tighten everything in your body as tight as you possibly can. Exhale and relax. 2 more times. Inhale, tighten everything. Tight, tight, tight. And exhale. Relax. One last time. Really make this one count. Tighten the muscles in your face. Everything. And relax. And then just gently bringing one knee in towards the chest. Stretching everything back out along the mat. And then switching sides. And then do that 2 more times to each side. If you can, start to find your breath. It's an exhalation, draws the knee in. An inhalation extends everything out. Not worrying too much about it though. Just remember to breathe. last one. Then keeping the arms straight up, just begin to make some circles with the wrists. And then notice if your hands are going the same direction or opposite directions. And then switch. And then shake out the wrists. And let those arms come straight back down to the mat. Gently bending the knees and then pressing the feet straight up towards the ceiling. And then just start making some circles with the ankles. And then notice, are they going in the same direction, opposite direction? And go the other way. And then shake up the feet a bit. And just notice how that low back's feeling today. Maybe it's a day where it feels better to have those knees slightly bent and apart. Just notice. And then allow that motion to stop. And then press those legs straight up towards the ceiling. And on your exhalation, let your knees, let the tops of your, or bottoms of your legs, relax and your knees just hinge. Like you're trying to kick yourself in the butt. So one more time, press up as you inhale. And exhale, release. And we'll do 2 more times. Press up, release. Press through the heels and relax. Last one, really press through those feet like you're trying to hold up 50 pounds. Rest and relax. Let the knees come down and just gently drop them from side to side. Making sure that you're not holding the breath. Notice how that low back and hip area are feeling this morning. And then maybe you can add some arm movement. So stretching those arms straight up in front of you, grabbing your elbows, and this time as your knees drop to the right, your gaze and arms go to the left, just warming up the shoulders, not worrying about getting the elbows all the way down to the floor, and just noticing, is the movement easy through the neck? Does it feel relaxed through the shoulders? Do the knees feel safe? Just notice. And then pause back at center. Taking the arms and placing them down at your sides. You can decide if it feels better to have your knees bent or legs straight. Doesn't matter for this one. Just know how your low back feels. And then press into the feet, regardless of where they are. Turn the palms so they're facing the floor. Hands start right down by the hips, and then walk them down a bit so it feels like they're walking towards your toes and heels. The shoulder blades move down the back. Take a nice big deep breath in and start to move the arms up to about shoulder height. Pause here. Take a breath out. And then as you inhale, could you begin to lift the arms up a little bit more, keeping those palms and wrists completely down on the ground. So no tenting and cheating. Draw those shoulders down, relax the shoulder blades into the ground, and just start to lift. And yes, it is the palms that are on the ground. Pause where you feel that you cannot go up anymore. And this movement tends to be much more limited than when the back of the hands are on the floor. So be kind to yourself. Take a breath in here, reach those fingertips out and away from the center of your body. And on your next exhalation, slowly begin to move the arms back down to the sides. And we'll do this movement one more time, keeping the palms down, inhaling, drawing those arms all the way up. And then pause here. Take one more big deep breath in. Lengthen, reach through those arms. And then exhaling, lowering those arms all the way down. And this time, flipping the palms up towards the ceiling. Keeping the back of the hands glued to the floor, the wrists glued to the floor. Inhaling, moving those arms out and up. Really reaching, imagining reaching each side of the room you're in. Reach, 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 reach. Move those arms up, draw the shoulders down and pause. Take a breath out. Inhale, maybe you can go a little further past shoulder height, reaching those fingertips up and out, keeping the back of the hand on the floor, keeping the shoulders on the floor, and keeping contact with your low back on the floor. That natural arch in the low back is okay. Try not to allow that stomach to pop up. Exhale, lower those arms down. We'll do that movement one more time. Inhaling, backs of hands and wrists stay on the ground. Getting to shoulder height and pause as you exhale. Inhale, reach out, out, out with those hands and then start to move up a bit, maybe. And then pause where it feels good for you. Take one more breath in. And as you exhale, slowly start to lower those arms back down to the sides. And then release the arms to shake them out a bit. And then take the palms straight up from shoulder height and you decide what feels better for you, palms up or palms down. Bend the knees, take the right foot, extend it up in the air. And then take that right ankle and place it across the left knee. Take a breath in. And on your exhalation, allow the right foot to drop down to the left side of the body on the floor, coming into a twist. Gaze can go the opposite direction of the twist. And then really think about drawing that right hip down and away. Inhale, come back up to center. And then extend that right leg up. And then slowly lowering that foot back down to the ground and switching sides. Extend that left leg up. Take that left ankle and place it across the right knee. And on your next exhalation, drawing that left foot down to the ground, coming into a twist. And you decide if your gaze can go the opposite direction of your knees on this side, or maybe straight up, no head movement. Take a breath here, and then come back up. And we'll do one more time to each side. So stretch that right leg up, cross, and then over, entering that twist on your exhalation. Inhale, come back up. Stretch that leg up, and then switch sides. Left leg comes up, crosses over, and then everything moves together as one unit coming into that twist. Noticing the difference from side to side. Inhale, coming back up. Lift that leg, place it back down, keeping the knees bent, and then just start to rock and tilt that pelvis, flattening the low back and allowing that arch to go back. Just notice how that back feels. And then find a place where it feels like it's in the middle of those two places. Just a nice, neutrally, slightly tucked pelvis. Arms come up. Elbows bend so your fingertips are facing towards your forehead. And then make sure that the elbows and shoulders are stacked. Draw the shoulder blades down to the ground beneath you. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, draw the elbows together in the center of the chest and the palms together. Don't allow the palms to drop down or hands to drop down towards the face. You want them straight out from the elbows. Inhale, open the arms all the way up and down to the ground. So they're in nice right angles from each shoulder. And as you exhale, draw those arms in again. A couple more times. Inhalation opens the arms up. Exhalation draws them together. And then this time, keeping the elbows together. Now see if you can move the elbows up towards your face, but don't allow the palms to drop down towards the floor as they head above. And then slowly as you exhale, draw the elbows down towards the belly and chest. And then the elbows move up, up, Up and back. Don't allow those wrists to drop down towards the floor. And then slide them back. 2 more times, reaching up. Again, don't let those wrists drop, keep them up. And lower down. Last one, up. And this time, pause at the top and hold. See if you can relax that low back and then relax your shoulders down into the ground. That might mean that the elbows don't completely touch, and that's okay, as long as they're moving towards each other. Breathing here. Lower down, open up the arms, and then allow the arms to relax. Drawing the knees up and towards the chest, and just start making some small circles through the hips. And then pause, go the other direction. And then turn your palms so they're facing down towards the ground. Knees come straight over top of the hips and the feet flex. Take a nice big deep breath in here. And as you exhale, start to drop the knees towards the right. Don't drop them just right down. Go really nice and slow. Flex the feet and try to keep knees and ankles touching. So the second they feel like they're coming apart, pause. And then see if you can go a little bit lower and a little bit lower, not allowing them to hit the ground. And then pause. And slowly coming back up to center. And then switching sides, moving really nice and slow, drawing the shoulders down into the mat, pressing out through the heels, drawing in through the upper thighs, pressing the knees together. Watching that this other hand, so this right hand, isn't popping off the ground. Inhale, coming back up. And then exhale, a little faster this time, down, back up, and all the way over to the other side. Again, not allowing those feet to come down to the ground. Gaze stays straight up towards the ceiling if it's possible for you. Keeping the head down on your mat. Do 3 more to each side. And don't hold the breath. If you can, it's an exhalation over, inhalation back to center. So the faster the movement, the faster the breath. Last one. Flex through those feet. And then come back up to center. Stretch those legs up. And then shake them out a bit. Feet come back down. Hands move to beside the hips. Walk those fingertips down. Press it to the feet, coming up into one hip lift. Just relax that low back. Chin tucks in. Lower down through the hips. Draw the knees up and towards the chest. Rock from side to side. And then you decide, is it a day where you could rock all the way up into seated, or is it a day where you need to rock from side to side and up into seated? So if you are doing spinal rocks, chin tucks in towards the chest, up and down. And do 3 or 4 more if you can. And then when you're ready, come to a nice, comfortable seated position. And then just rock out through those sit bones. And take your hands to your knees and just make some nice circles. And then pause, go the other direction. And just notice now that you're upright how everything's feeling this morning. And then pause. Take a nice big deep breath in. Stretch everything up. Press those hands all the way up towards the ceiling, interlacing those fingers if you can. And then as you exhale, slowly release the arms down. And one more time. Inhale. Gather everything up. Interlace those hands. Press up. Draw the shoulders down out of the ears. And exhale. Slowly lower down. And then just shake everything out. And then a gentle twist to the right and to the left. And one more time to each side. And just coming back to center. Taking your hands to your belly. And then this time, take that left hand and place it right in the center. Inhale that right arm up. Take a breath in, lengthen. And as you exhale, it's a gentle side reach. So don't think side bend, collapsing down into it. It's a side reach. So extending out through both sides of the body, creating space between each one of your ribs. Reaching out through that right arm. Wiggle those fingertips a bit. Breathe. Inhale, slowly come back up. Exhale over one more time. Inhale, come up. Exhale, lower. And then switch sides. Inhaling, lifting that left arm up. Reach through those fingertips. Bring that shoulder right up into the ear. And then roll it back and down. And then slowly reaching over on your next exhalation. And again, lengthening through both sides of the body. Pressing down through both hips. And drawing that belly button towards the spine. Inhale. Come up. Exhale one more time. Really reaching, lengthening, creating as much space as you can. Reach, reach, reach. Inhale. Come up. Exhale. And then switch arms. And over as you exhale. Inhale, come back up. And exhale over. And keep switching. Really connecting with the breath. Lengthening through the top of the head. As the belly moves towards the spine, the top of the head moves to that opposite corner in the room. Breathe. Watching the weight through the hips, keeping it even through both sit bones. One more time to each side. And then hands come down. Stretch those legs out. Bounce into the knees. And then bring your hands together at heart center, pressing the palms together. And then cross your legs. And then uncross them. Cross, uncross, cross, uncross. And then keep switching. And keep switching. And don't lean back. Sit up a little taller. And then pause. Lift up nice and tall. Could you lift one leg up without leaning back? Lower it down. Press into the hands. Lift up. Lift, lift. And then lower it down. And one more time. Lift, lift, lift. Lower. And then lift, lift, lift. And lower it down. And then shake out those legs. Rock over those sit bones. And you decide, is it a day where you can put one foot down on the ground, cross that other one underneath, and then stand up? Or could you cross at the ankles and stand up? Okay, we're going to do 5 on each side. So sit down, and it's 1, 2, 3, really try not to use those hands. 4, good job, guys. And 5, job, sit back down, and then switch your legs around. So even if that other leg is down on the ground, and what you can do on one side might be different than on the other side, that's okay. And then help yourself up. Ooh, if you're me today, your balance is total garbage. And 2, 3, 4, and 5. Step that leg out. Be proud of yourself for what you did today. Good job, guys. And then just knees to chest. Notice how the body feels. And then shake it out. So it's coming to the top of your mat if you aren't there already. Step your feet so they're close together if you don't have low back problems, or a little wider apart if you do. Then take a nice big deep breath in. Lift those arms, lift the gaze. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, nice walk back. Exhale, step back to that plank position. Drop the knees, elbows go back, you lower down onto the belly. Inhale, up to cobra. Exhale, tuck, push back to downward dog, and give yourself a really good stretch here. This is our first downward dog of the day. Breathe. And then pause here. And then jump, walk, step, crawl the feet towards your hands. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, lower down. One last sun salutation, warm up here. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale to a nice flat spine. Exhale, hands come down, step back. Elbows bend, knees drop, lower down. Inhale, up to cobra. Exhale, push back. And come into either child's pose or downward dog. Downward dog though, if you can. Stretch out, breathing. Nice big deep breath in. Nice big deep breath out. And then jump, walk, step, crawl the feet towards your hands. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands down. Now, put your hands on your hips. Step back with one foot and then down with the other, coming down onto your knees. So if you watched last class, we worked on our push-ups. So we are going to do that a little earlier in our practice today. You decide, actually, no, we're going to all do the same one together. That's a better decision. Okay, so hands are going to be nice and wide apart today. So I'm going to flip so you can see my arm position. So it's quite wide. It's wider than my mat. And just for reference, I'm about 5 feet tall and my arms are about 3.5 feet apart. Okay, so now moving back so you can see my lovely back alignment. Draw those knees back. You want your hips in line with the rest of your body. Okay, so that's not your butt in line with the rest of your body. It's actually the hips. Okay, so from the top of the head to the back of my knee, I'm creating one straight line. Elbows will bend out to the side. So I like to start with my hands slightly further ahead than my shoulders. Not much. It's just a slight. So maybe about an inch or so. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, elbows bend straight out to the side, chest moves to the floor, shoulder blades drop together, and we press straight back up. Okay, head on, looks like this, and press straight back up. So now that we've done, I'm sure, because I didn't tell you to stop and watch, you've done a couple bonus ones, and that's okay. We are going to do 10 together, or I'm going to count to 10 and I can't see you, and you're going to do whatever you want in your living room, okay? So you decide. Maybe you are a person who's very comfortable with this, and straight legs is for sure an option. All right, smile, look excited. Don't throw things at your computer. Take a breath in, and away we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, drop your butt. 6, 7, 8, 9, and one more. Up, knees down, and then sit back. Bend the elbows, and then just make some circles with the wrists. Don't allow the head to drop down. Try to keep it still in line with that spine. Hands come down. Sit up, and then tuck your toes under, and then step up with one foot, up with the other foot, and find your way to the top of your mat. Give yourself one really good forward fold, so stretch those arms up, and then exhale, coming forward. Coming back up, hands to hips. Step back with your right foot, coming into a nice lunge. Okay, so front knee and heel in line, back heels off the ground. Step forward, and then drop both sit bones down, coming into a chair squat. Come back up. This time, left foot steps back, back knee bends. Come up, Step forward, feet are about foot distance apart, and squat down. Come up, and repeat. Right foot back, down, come up, step forward. Squat, up, back with that left foot, down, up, and then squat, up, step back to lunge. Keep switching feet, and if you get lost or confused what foot you're on, don't worry about it. They won't fall off likely. Wonderful. Keep going. Really think about creating length through the spine. Could you move a little faster? Down, up, back, up, down, up, back, up, down. Good job, guys. Keep breathing. This is a really easy one to lose the breath in. See if you can keep connecting to it. Down, back, down, and this time on your right side, hold. Lift up through the top of the head. Breathe here. Drop that back knee down a little bit lower. Draw that front hip back, back hip forward. Wonderful. Use those arms on the hips, draw the shoulders down, and then step forward and squat. Moving the arms straight ahead of you so they're straight out from the shoulders. Breathe, sit back, lift up through the chest. Try not to lean super far forward. Drop down. Butt moves back, chest and top of the head move up, shoulders move back and down. Breathe. Press into the feet, come up. Only one more leg. So this time step back with the leg that you didn't. For me, it's my left leg. And then drop down. Moving the inner thighs together towards each other. Don't actually squeeze them together. That won't feel good for your knees. And then lengthen through the top of the head. Breathe here. Wonderful. Noticing the difference from side to side. Being so happy that this is our last side. Try not to let that low back relax and have that belly hanging out. You really want to keep everything up. Okay? Drop down a little bit further. Breathe. And then stretch up and step forward. Inhale, lift, and then exhale, forward fold, really relaxing those legs. So shake them out. And maybe it's a day where a little bit gentle rocking feels good. Pause. Inhale, slowly curl on up. And if you know squats are bad for you, you can just come down onto your knees. Otherwise, arms come straight out in front of you. Knees bent, and you slowly start to squat down. And then maybe you can tilt the knees down towards the ground. Hands come down to the ground. And walk yourself so you're in a nice tabletop position. So knees and hips in line, wrists, elbows, and shoulders are stacked. And then just picking up one leg and bringing some circles into your hips. Doesn't matter what side you start on. We're going to do both legs. Just remember what side you started on. Okay? Circles. And then pause. Go the other way. And then notice as you're doing circles, is your whole body moving? And while that sounds fun, try to keep it still. Okay? Just keep that movement in that hip joint. And then pause that movement. Don't allow the knee to come back down yet. And then open that leg out to the side like you're peeing on a fire hydrant. And then drop back in, out to the side. Drop back in. Gaze goes straight in between the hands. And really try not to rotate open through the chest and the belly. And keep both hands flat on the ground, okay? Keep that movement just in the hip. Not necessarily a large movement. Keep going. Do 3 more. 2 and 3. And knee comes down, tap into the feet. If you do need to relax the wrists in between sides, absolutely take a second and do that. Otherwise, switching over sides. So now we're doing just hip circles with the leg you didn't just do. Nice and slowly. And then again, noticing the difference from side to side. Are you rolling to one side or the other? And then pause, go the other direction. Notice, was one way easier than the other? And if you're like me, maybe one of your hands has wandered away from its nice alignment. See if you can draw it back. And then pause that movement and switch into that open and shut movement. So being on the fire hydrant movement. Keep going. And then try not to allow the head to drop. And again, watching that weight not shifting over to that other side of the body. Keeping the weight even through both hands. Weight even into the top of that foot that's on the floor. Do 3 more. And then the knee comes down. Toes come together. If it's comfortable for you to move the knees apart and send the sit bones back towards the heels, coming into a wide leg child's pose. Do the wide legs child's pose. And then just bend the elbows and allow the wrist to relax if you need it. Or hands are flat, forehead rests down on the ground. You decide what feels the best for you. Coming back into tabletop. Any of these can be done on the elbows if you really are having wrist issues. So keep that in mind, or with nice tight fists, okay? All right. So starting on our left side, stretch that left leg straight out. Lift that leg up. And then could you bend from the knee? Yeah, there you go. And then press that foot up towards the ceiling. But try not to allow the belly to drop down. Okay? It reduces that movement a little bit, but that's perfect. You just want a tiny baby movement. And then keep pulsing and pressing that foot up towards the ceiling. Press into the hands and the top of your right foot. Breathe. Don't hold the breath. Keep going. And then hold up. Breathe. Draw that belly towards the spine. And then draw that knee in towards the chest. Forehead comes towards the knee. Relaxing the spine. Stretch that leg straight out. And now see, can you touch that toe down to the ground? Lift it straight back up. And then cross that left leg over to the right side of the body. Touch the toes down to the ground. Pop it straight back up. You notice, does it feel better to have the foot flexed or pointed? And then touch down, lift up, cross over and touch, lift up. And we'll do 3 more of that set. So 1, 2, and 3. Draw up. Knee comes towards the chest, forehead towards knee, and relax. And this time, just shift your hips from side to side. Really let those hips relax. And then we'll switch sides. Again, if you need to shake out the wrists in between sides, absolutely do that. And then extend the right leg this time, straight out along the mat. Then lift that leg up, bend from the knee, and press that heel straight up towards the ceiling. Again, same alignment points, wrists, elbows, shoulders, making sure that that belly doesn't drop down as the foot lifts up, really tucking it in. And drop it down. Do not hold the breath. Connect your breath into the movement if you can, maybe. And then pulsing that foot up. Again, watching that rotation. Try not to sink your weight back into the hips or forward into the hands. Find that balance where they're in between. And 2 more. And hold up. Breathe. Try not to allow that right knee to drop out to the side and that heel to drop over to the left side. Try to keep everything straight up and down. And then bring that knee in towards the chest, forehead to knee, round that back. Allow those shoulders to relax. And then straighten that leg out. And then you decide, toes flexed, toes pointed. Right leg comes down, toes touch. Lift that leg back up. Leg moves across to the left side of the body. Toes touch. Lift up. Lower down. Lift up. Cross over. Lower down. And we'll do 4 more. And 1, 2, and 3. Last one. 4. Up. This time, tuck those toes under. Send the sit bones back towards the heels. And then shake out the wrists as you come up. From here, take the back of your hands to the ground just by your knees. And you can walk them further apart. If you have wrist problems, further away. You can, closer together. Your knees and your fingertips. And then keeping those toes tucked, could you send the sit bones back towards the heels, stretching out the top of the wrists. Breathe. It might mean it looks a little bit more like this, and that's totally good too. Be where you are. Try to keep the shoulders relaxed. That's always my challenge in this one. All right. Last thing in tabletop. So if you need to leave it out, by all means, you absolutely can. This one will be hard to do if you're doing it on your elbows. So if you can do it in those tight fists, absolutely do it in that. Otherwise, just repeat any of the things we've already done in tabletop. Okay. So let's start with the left leg out, right arm forward. Exhale, knee and elbow meet. Keeping everything centered, and then stretch out. And exhale draws everything in, and inhalation takes everything out. Moving nice and quickly, pressing into the hand that's on the ground, pressing into the top of the foot that's on the ground. And could you move a little faster? And really draw that knee in. Think about moving that knee towards the chin, but at the same time, keeping that length in the spine. And we'll do 4 more. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Hold everything at center. Hand comes back down, knee comes back down, and finding your way into child's pose in between sides. Relax the shoulders down. Come back up. And this time, stretching that right leg out, left arm out, or the side that you didn't just do. And then lift up nice and tall through the chest. Lift that leg up. And then everything moves in towards the chest on your next exhalation. Inhale, extend arm and leg out. Exhale. Breathe. And again, notice, wrist, elbow, shoulder in line. Is the weight even through the top of the foot and that palm that's on the ground? Keep that movement going. Don't drop your head. Lengthen to the top of the head. Keep that spine nice and long. Draw that knee up towards the chin. And 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, hold everything. And hand comes down, knee comes down. This time, knees really nice and wide apart if you can. Send those sit bones back towards the heels and walk the hands as far away from you as you possibly can. So I'm gonna just flip, don't come up, but I'm flipping my view for you guys. So arms reach forward, chin tucks in towards the chest. Hands walk all the way over to the left side, keeping my head in between my shoulders. So it's not rocking over to that right shoulder or to the left. My chin is in line with my sternum and my spine is all one straight line from the base of my tailbone all the way to the top of my head. Okay? Reach those fingertips. Relax. Inhale, come back to center. And then exhale all the way over to the other side. Think about reaching forward through that left hand, drawing that left armpit down towards the floor. Breathe. Watching that left hip isn't popping off. That left heel sinking down to the sit bones. Coming back to the center. Helping yourself all the way back up. And then flipping over so your feet are now out in front of you. So take a nice big deep breath in here. Reach up through the hands. And then as you exhale, start to slowly move back as you lower the arms down. And again, watching if those knees are dropping out to the side or collapsing in. Inhale, come up. This time, could you flex the feet, press the big toes away from you, keep the other 4 moving apart. Lower down. Inhale up. Exhale lower. Inhale up. Exhale lower. Up. Lower a little further. Come up. And then pause and hold here. Lift up nice tall if you're me. Your nose is running like crazy this morning. Draw the shoulders down out of the ears. Lift up nice and tall through the chest. Take a breath out, and could you move everything towards the left? Inhale, watch those knees haven't dropped. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, over to that right side. Inhale, back to center. One more time to each side. Twisting, lifting up through the chest. Don't get lazy. If I gave you a block to hold in between the legs, you could. Or better yet, a water balloon. So you're not over squeezing it, but if you let it go, there will be water everywhere. Okay, go the other way. Back to center. One more time in each direction. Back to center. Don't hold the breath. Relax the shoulders. Come back. Come all the way up. Lift up. And exhale all the way down this time. So press into the heels. Lower yourself down really nice and slow. Slower. Slower. I know you can go slower. A little bit down. Almost there. And all the way down. Draw the knees in towards the chest. Wrap the hands around the shins. And rock from side to side. Feet come back down. Arms come up. Chin tucks towards the chest. Let's just check our backs just for a second. So keeping the arms up, could you tuck the chin towards the chest, draw the shoulders down, shoulder blades down towards the ground beneath you, and then lift your torso up off the ground so that upper back and chest move up towards the ceiling. Chin stays tucked. So if this feels hard, or it feels like it's hurting your neck, more specifically, hard and hurting are different, you're gonna interlace your hands behind your head and use your arms to help support the neck, okay? Otherwise, arms stay stretched up in front of you. Press into the feet and allow that chest to move up towards the ceiling as you lift that upper back off the ground. Okay? Then, see if you could reach up with that right arm towards the ceiling and draw it back down. Reach up with the left arm, and then draw it down, elbow cut to the side. Reach up, make a nice tight fist as you come back down, up, down, up, down. So it looks like you're climbing a rope. That's perfect. And see if you can aim more for the center line of the body, less across the body. We'll get there, but this one is just up. And then see if you can speed that movement up. Tuck that chin towards the chest, lengthen through the top of the head, and breathe. Keep going. Reaching, reach, 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 and relax down. Pause here. Breathe for a second. We'll do this one more time. So if you feel that you need to leave it out, absolutely you can, but I would challenge you. Say that you probably could do it. Don't be lazy. All right, lift those arms up, draw the shoulders down, take a breath in, exhale, come up, and this time, bending that left arm first, reaching across the body, the right hand, draw it back, across, back, reaching. Hands meet in fist, up by the center of the chest. Good job. Keep going. Watching that those knees aren't drawing out to the side. Keep going. Chin tucks in just slightly. Lengthen through the top of the head. Breathe. 3, 2, 1, and come down. Knees come in towards the chest. Oh. Relax that low back. And then allow the feet to come down and just take your hands behind your head if they aren't already there. And then just give the base of your neck a nice little massage. So being kind to it. And then taking those fingertips at the base of your skull and then just draw the shoulder blades down as you gently guide your head away from the shoulders, creating lots of length to the back of the head. Allowing your head to find a nice comfortable position down on the ground. Arms come out to T position. Just allow the head to drop from side to side. Allow the knees to drop from side to side. Draw that right knee in towards the chest. That left leg extends out along the mat. Left hand comes to right knee, and the right knee draws all the way over to the left side of the body. Gaze goes over to the right. Inhale, coming back to center. Stretch those legs out and shake them. And that left knee comes in. Right hand comes to the left knee. And on your exhalation, taking that left knee across to the right side of the body. Gaze goes over to that left hand. Inhale, coming back up to center. Stretch both legs out. If there's anything that you might need before coming into Shavasana, just take a second now. Otherwise, finding a nice comfortable position on your back. Arms rest comfortably by your side. Eyes closed. Connecting with your breath. Take a nice full deep breath in. And a long letting go exhalation. Feeling your body completely supported by the ground beneath you. The breath is calm and easy. The mind is quiet and at peace. Gentle movement returns to the body. Taking your time, but finding your way into a nice, comfortable seated position. Once you've gotten there, take a nice big deep breath in, gathering all that positive energy you created for yourself this morning. You exhale, drawing it down to heart center. Being grateful for this time that you've given yourself this morning. I'm grateful for you for sharing your time. Namaste. Hope everybody has a really nice day. Try to enjoy the snow, shovel safely.